Earlier this week, OpenAI announced ChatGPT and made it open to the public, and a lot of news went around about how it's going to replace salespeople, we don't need to write emails, and like many people, I was very skeptical. Then I actually tried the tool, and what I'm gonna show you today is literally the first time I ever tried using it. I asked it to write a couple of different sales emails, and it absolutely blew my mind. Now, I do want to give you feedback. I still think to some extent there's going to be a need for SDRs, but if you think about what this is already doing in the first week that it's on the market, I think you're going to be blown away and start to see that I think over time, whether it changes into something else or otherwise, the SDR position is fundamentally going to be completely reimagined over the next 2 to 4 years because of this.
All right, so the crazy thing about this is that it's completely conversational. So again, I don't have to know how to code to leverage this. And like you see the example they have is write a tagline for an ice cream shop. Let's pretend I'm an SDR for like AWS and I'm trying to sell AWS services to Walmart. Like I've never worked at AWS, I've been around the ecosystem, but let's just say like create a compelling introductory email to the CTO of Walmart trying to sell them AWS. Let's see what happens. All right, so this is pretty wild. Again, this is not the best email I've ever seen, but the fact that I can do this in the matter of like 5 seconds maximum is crazy. This is a better email than like half the cold emails I see from brand new salespeople. No disrespect, but it takes some time to get good at it. This is wild. Now I'm really curious too. One of the things, if you're in sales, you know you've got to create like sequences. So let me try and see, create a 3 email sequence for developers at Walmart trying to sell them AWS. Let's see what we get. Let me delete this result. Oh my God, dude. Like again, this is the copy itself is not perfect, but the fact that this has been live for like a week and it's already generating emails like this automatically. I mean, imagine if like the sales lofts or the outreaches of the world like gave them all their emails. And I suspect that that will happen because they have an API that you can integrate with. This is insane. I wonder, can I like submit this again? Will it? Whoa. Holy crap, dude, this is crazy. Let me try it again. Let's get email 3. It looks like there's a limit on some characters, so I'll search it here in just a minute. I think there's like a processing limit. Oh my God, dude, it's offering a free consultation. Oh my God, dude, this is wild. So I'm not gonna lie, I started making this video because the whole point was that like, there's still gonna need to be an SDR that has to figure all this out, which again, like obviously you've gotta have someone operating and curating this. But I will say, I think what you're gonna see is crazy 2 years from now, if that. This is insane. Like, again, the emails aren't perfect, but it's like, still building out a general case. I mean, obviously, like you can come in and quickly tweak this to make it more relevant, but the fact that you can get this template without even trying is nuts. And you also see like how it organically is talking about previous emails with a glimpse. Now we want to offer you a chance. Would never use a phrase like revolutionary technology, but the fact that it's even putting this together is insane. And then the fact that email 3 is a call to action with a free consultation from an expert. That's nuts.
So the logical question is this going to replace SDRs? I think you've got to think of it and take a quick step back and see and ask yourself, how does this actually play out? I think for a few different reasons, companies like SalesLoft, companies like Outreach that have these email cadence tools and many other providers are going to integrate this through the open APIs that OpenAI offers. So you're going to see this, I think, get integrated into many different sales tools. And it's pretty crazy to think about the fact that SalesLoft, Outreach, all these different platforms that send emails probably have all of them in storage that they're now going to be able to give to this technology that is going to be able to continue to get better at formulating sales emails. But again, I think there's a few different phenomenon going on right now, right? Like, unfortunately, we have layoffs in the tech world. I think you're gonna see budgets reallocated towards customer success, towards engineering anyway. And I think what's going to happen, you'll probably see a player like Outreach, like SalesLoft come to market with this integrated into their tool within maybe 8 to 12 months. I could be wrong on the timeline. It's still going to take a while to adopt. It's still obviously going to need an operator in the first place. And at least right now, I definitely think way down the future, it can figure this out. But right now, I think it's still not going to be able to customize an email per se. And I think already we're in an era where so many people are getting emails that people are actively taking steps to block sales emails anyway. So I don't think you're gonna see an increase in volume of emails correlated, but I do think you will see a decrease in the amount of SDRs required to create the same amount of emails. Because as you saw in the video I just made, the email that I asked it to make was not the best. Like, it's not something I would send, but the fact that I can generate that in 5 seconds and then I can insert a few custom nuggets and make it look like a very strong email, that is saving a ton of work. That is saving a ton of creative energy that is typically going to take bigger teams to try. So it's pretty crazy. Again, like I've said in other videos, and I've got another video coming out as well, at the highest level of sales where we're talking multi-million-dollar purchases, multi-year commitments, changing and full modernization processes, etc., there's always going to be a need for highly skilled salespeople. But I do think at the entry level, you're gonna see a serious shift. And if you're trying to break into the market, I still think it's a good time to be an SDR. But I would say that I think you're gonna start to see a longer term macro shift away from the traditional route of go SDR to account executive to enterprise account executive. That trajectory, I think, is going to change. And you may see a lot more entry level emphasis on support, on customer success, and or hard skills like engineering, any type of STEM degree. Long term, once you have industry experience in those roles, you then transition to more of a sales role. But who knows, right? This is just my opinion. It's very early. If you want me to make future videos and updates, I definitely would plan to maybe 3 to 6 months from now if this progresses further. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I mean, I have to say, like, I was very skeptical and like, here we go, another thing where automation is killing jobs. And it's not going to today, but I think when you think about the fact that it's 1 week on the market and where it could be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, it's hard to think that we're gonna have these massive SDR teams all creating their own emails, all doing stuff on their own. So anyway, stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed that video and we will see you in the next one. Thank you.